to life and liberty. We're all created equally in America, and we're going to live here happily in America. Our founding fathers crossed the seas to build.
Hi, this is Diane Miller, and you're currently watching the Just Kidding Around show. Thank you so much for joining us. Each week, we introduce our home viewers to different crafts and hobbies that can be enjoyed by the entire family. And I'm real excited to share this week's lesson with you. But first, I want to look in the camera and say, hi, Mr. Feeney. Rose, our guest this week, is there somebody you would like to say hello to?
I would. I'd like to say hi to my three beautiful girls, Casey, Renee, and April.
Yes, and hello to all the students at South Bay and Lydia Hawk. I am so excited to have you on the show.
Well, thank you. You can't imagine how excited I am to be here to share.
Wonderful. Rose and I just met actually just an hour or two before the taping of the show. We've talked on the telephone a couple of times, and Rose is a living example of what I want to be. You are what I aspire to be.
Well, thank you, Diane. I am working really hard on developing my raw food and developing recipes, actually, and I'm just so excited about it, and I'm excited to be here, too.
So the thing about Rose that, I mean, a lot of things are very special about Rose, but the thing that I am most interested in is we open up on these books, and these books are all about how to eat raw. What does that mean?
It means how not to cook.
Okay.
It means raw is eating vegetables, salad, nuts and fruit and seeds. And there are like unlimited amount of recipes you can create by combining those ingredients. So it really is more than what you think. It's not just eating salad.
Okay.
And it's just not eating vegetables like carrots and celery, but the combination of them all makes it really exciting.
Really exciting and
Yes,
delicious.
yes.
I'm gonna touch it. Don't move. Your mic just kind of tipped over, so I'll be sure everybody hears everything you say.
Great,
Is that
thank
good? Okay. And does eating raw mean eating raw meat?
No.
People think that. Whenever I say eating raw, they think it means eating raw meat.
That's the first question I get too. They go, ew, you mean raw chicken, raw fish, raw,
Right.
and yes. And so, no, it doesn't mean that at all. It means eating live, whole foods, fresh from your garden, off the tree.
Okay.
And so it's more of a, just live whole foods.
And how long have you been doing that?
1 year.
Exactly a year.
1 year.
And by eating raw, do you mean 100% raw or like, a little bit raw?
When I first went raw, it was 100%. I mean, I gave up food from the get-go. It was just 100% raw, and then I started experimenting, and I maintained 100% raw for at least 9 months.
Oh, my goodness.
It was amazing.
And how did it make you feel on day one? Did you have a headache or from your addictions of cooked food?
Not at all.
No headaches?
Not
no
at
withdrawal?
all. And I thought maybe so, but I think it's your frame of mind as well. I mean, this is something that is very positive for you. So the very first day I'm going, oh, great, salads, here I come. But and that's actually how I started, too, because I didn't know anything about raw recipes or foods. This was something that I had to Google. But so the very first week was salads, things that were familiar to raw people, like the fruits and vegetables. And that in itself was amazing. It was like my energy increased. It was just like, wow, this is amazing, but that gets boring, So then I started Google raw food recipes, and then the whole world opened up.
And there's a lot of literature, a lot of books, and a lot of things out there. A lot of support groups for it.
There is.
Olympia's had support groups, but then they disappear.
just as anything else comes and goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they might still be out there. It's just the group thing that people get tired of. I don't know.
It could be. It could be.
At the end of this show program, you'll see Rose's email. So if you're raw and you're thinking, hey, I want to meet another raw person, email Rose, right?
Yeah,
Maybe
exactly.
we'll get another support group going. And if you don't like groups, we don't have to join a group, you know?
Right.
Yeah. So you said you felt good from the very beginning?
I did.
Were you healed of any ailments or anything?
Well, that surprisingly came later, but the very second day I was eating raw, it was like all this energy. It was like I had to put myself to bed at 10 o'clock before I'm just famished or beat. So it was like, wow, this is really amazing.
Noticeable energy. Huh?
Noticeable energy.
Wow.
And not only the energy, but the flexibility. You know, as you age, you should be, you know, you're feeling your aches and pains, but with raw food, it's like you have this fluid now in your body, and all these wonderful, the nutrients, the vitamins, the enzymes, the everything about raw. It's live, so it goes in, and you're not eating the chemicals anymore. So your immune system is not there fighting off any chemicals that come into your body, and so the healing process then is allowed to begin. So thus, hence you feel good. You have increased energy.
So you had aches and pains before you were?
I did.
And now you don't have any?
Well, no, I don't.
Wow. Do you know? I'm going to go back a little, and I've been to several raw food retreats, I guess you'd call them.
Right.
And I think, oh, I'm going raw, and then I come home, and the next thing you know, it's one cooked thing and to another, and it's almost like cooked food seems addicting. Do you think that's possible?
It's very possible, and it's evident because you are craving it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And gluten and sugar and all those things. You don't get that in raw food, do you?
You don't get that in raw food.
All these things that people say, oh, don't eat gluten, don't eat sugar, don't eat this, don't eat that. Well, if they just ate raw, they wouldn't be eating it.
You don't get the cravings with raw, whole, live foods. You just
You get satisfied.
You're very satisfied. I mean, you could eat like a pound of a salad as opposed to a pound of meat. And with the meat, it's, you're hungry again. You're craving more food. With the salad, your stomach is full. And so therefore you don't crave. And so you're not overeating, you're not looking in the kitchen for more stuff to eat. But with raw food, it's like,
you feel good.
Satisfied.
And what about your skin? To me, it glows. Did it glow before you were raw?
No. Even my hair didn't glow. It was so dull and boring, actually. But with raw food, your skin begins to glow, your hair begins to glow, your eyes become a little whiter and brighter.
Whoa.
And there's just
I'm getting excited.
You should. You should.
I've said I'm going to do this, and next thing you know, there's just a cupcake. I don't seem to have a lot of willpower when it comes to food.
Well, you do need to be motivated.
Okay.
It needs to be, a focus of yours, and you have to want it, just like anything else. Like if you're quitting smoking, you have to want to.
Really want to.
Otherwise,
okay,
you're not going to.
And you said you lost 60 pounds by going raw.
I did. It was amazing. The first 2 months, I lost 40 pounds, and it was like, wow, what happened? My kids noticed. They said, Mom, what are you doing? And I says, it's raw. It's the raw food. I'm not on a diet.
So you didn't mean to go on a diet necessarily?
No, it's not a diet per se. It's a change of your lifestyle change.
Okay.
So it's the foods you're eating. You're not having a tablespoon of this or, prescribed meals. Because on raw, you can eat all day long.
All day long, as much as you want.
All day long. I kid you not. It's all day long. And you still lose weight.
And you told me right before the show that you had, did you say cheesecake or something like that?
Cheesecake. I make the best cheesecake.
Wow.
There are some excellent cheesecakes you can prepare, and there's a lot in these books here that are here today for cheesecakes, or you can Google cheesecake. But I make the best pumpkin cheesecake
and it's all raw.
Chocolate
How
cheesecake.
do people do that out of raw ingredients? I do know out of this cookbook, there was a pecan pie that I had once, and it's the best pecan pie I've ever had from living. What is that? Living on live food. Yeah.
Right. And one of my favorites was blackberries when I didn't eat raw.
Oh, okay.
Blackberry pie. I mean, I kid you not, I had cobblers and blackberry pies, and then I'm thinking, what am I going to do when I go raw and I can't have my pie?
Blackberry pie,
But that's not the case, because once you learn the basics and how to manipulate your ingredients, I had blackberry pie.
Ooh.
It was amazing.
And it's actually good for you.
Everybody loved it.
The pies and cakes.
Yes.
So the cheesecake is actually good for you?
It's amazing.
I'm curious about what would be in that.
There's no, well, it's cashew based.
Oh, cashews.
Yeah,
That's
it's
a-
nut
yeah,
based.
Okay,
And
a lot of nuts.
Yeah, and you make these sauces from the cashews, and well, once you get your pie together, it doesn't go in the oven, right? You just put it in the fridge and it firms, and
And that's
it's
it.
it's
Well, did you bring
ooh-la-la.
did you bring a little something with you today to show us how to make a little something something?
I did. I brought a little something we could make, and something simple that didn't require any equipment like processors or a blender.
Because that's the thing with a lot of people think with being raw, you have to have these powerful blenders.
I wouldn't be without one, but you can still create good dishes not using them.
Okay.
You know, it would be nice and simple. Would you like to?
Yes, bring it up on the table. I want to see what you're
Okay.
going to do. You got to make it real simple for me.
We are
Boy,
gonna
this
make
is
it
simple. This is our
really
little
simple.
kitchen right here. I like it. All you need is a little tiny.
Right, and I did pre-cut some of these things so that we didn't have to, through the magic of television, they say.
Oh, olives? Are these raw? You can buy raw olives?
These are,
Where do you get raw olives?
they're at any of your local food stores.
Really?
Your
You
organic.
don't mean the ones in the can.
Well, these ones are about as raw as you can get. Okay, so they're not in a can at all.
Okay, they're not canned. Boy, I better start looking for that.
Okay.
And it's mainly organic, too. Did you say that?
As organic as it can get. Now, this is my, remember I said I was 98% raw.
Right, that's okay.
So some things you just cannot live without, you know, but that is not from a can, trust me.
You know, I have heard of people that quit being raw because of the pressure of, I got to be 100% raw. And yet David Wolf says, just 52% is great. If you can do that, you'll reap the benefits. So
Absolutely.
people shouldn't, chastise themselves or be upset if they can't be 100%. As many raw fruits and vegetables as you can get in your system's good. What are those?
These are portobello mushrooms, and today we're going to make stuffed portobello mushrooms.
Wow.
And we're going to stuff it with avocado.
This looks good.
Yeah, wait till you taste this. This
this
is
looks
amazing.
good already. Those are big fat mushrooms.
And it's not only, good. I mean, it's filling. It just is so amazing. Like, you can't eat one whole thing without, I ate the whole thing.
Oh.
But you know what, Diane, eating raw food, you don't get stuffed. You just get a full
How about
sensation.
heartburn?
No heartburn.
Oh boy, that would be a big thing for our
It's all
home
raw.
viewers. So this would be easy to do with the kids.
The kids love to be in the kitchen.
Okay.
My grandkids make popsicles raw.
Popsicles.
Yes,
all
fruit
right.
juice bars. And so they love to help anytime that they can.
Well, we only have 10 minutes left, maybe 6.
Okay, so
So
this one,
is it quick to make raw food?
this is yes, it's very quick. And before I started raw food, I hated to cook. I was not the one to ask what's for dinner, because I'm going, don't bother me, I don't do that.
Fix it yourself, huh?
That's right. So with raw food, it's all about creativity. I'm going to put this in there. It's all about creativity, and it's amazing. It's fun. It's easy.
We got half an avocado.
Well, actually, we're going to put the whole thing in there.
Oh, we are?
Yeah, I just needed a place to put my
Oh, and now
soup.
you put that in the shell.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you want, you can start smushing this avocado in.
I
And that's
will.
the only thing we have to do right now is to smush. I call
Smush,
it
I can
smush the
smush.
avocado.
All right. With the fork?
With the fork would be good.
Okay. I like this little bowl.
And then I'm just going to cut up a few tomatoes in half. And these are organic little grape tomatoes.
Colors are so beautiful.
But these are so easy to make. It's
Okay.
just like in 10 minutes you have, or less, you have a wonderful meal. But you have to be careful because those around you want in. They want part of it. Can I have some?
You know what I've heard? I don't have exact figures, but I've heard that when you cook food, you destroy like 100% of the enzymes. Anything over 105, you kill all the enzymes.
Exactly.
But then I've also heard that you destroy the vitamin C, you destroy vitamin A, and you start destroying everything so that by the time you eat something that's cooked, it's almost totally dead except for protein. 50% of the protein I've heard can survive.
You
But
were
I mean,
informed.
so how do people even live on this stuff? Cooked food, really? I mean, I'm alive and I've been doing it, but you know, I bet I'd feel better if I lived on this stuff. It's beautiful.
And well, you not only, you know, you would be more
I'm done
healthy.
swishing.
Okay, that's good.
Because we don't have a lot of time for me to swim.
Okay, so these are portobello mushrooms.
You can just make one of them. Oh,
Right, and
good.
so I took the inner part of this out. So all you're going to do is fill that. Here,
Okay.
put it on your plate.
So just,
Just empty that all out into
it's not
the-
smushed real well, is that okay?
That's
All
fine.
right.
And if you wanted to, you could make this a guacamole and fill it up.
Okay.
But I prefer to the texture and the chunks of everything. It just looks better, it feels
How
better.
beautiful. I love guacamole anyway. You know,
Would a spoon help?
just
Or you got it?
sliced or, well, I think I need the spoon, but
Oh, you're fine.
we want to make it easy for our
Yes.
viewers. So there you go.
Okay, now all you have to do is sprinkle your favorite
Come
toppings.
on, and we're done?
and you're done. So
That's
how easy is
And
that?
this could be my dinner?
This
entire
is
dinner?
this will be your dinner, and you'll be amazed at how full you're going to get.
Okay, we're going to cut this up for the crew afterwards, right?
Okay, that's
That's
fine.
right.
So you're going to put some of
They'll like
olives and
are those pepperoncinis?
pepperoncinis.
Okay, pepperoni. Oh, how pretty.
Isn't that lovely? It's
Hope the
just
crew likes pepperoncini, and
If-
those
if
be
not-
careful with.
okay.
I know what those are. Jalapeno.
They're wonderful.
Let's see if we
And
can get
then
a
here-
close-up of this. Oh,
Okay, and here we'll
look at that.
just
Wow.
whoop.
They're rolling all over the table because I've got it bent up.
Okay.
What a beautiful shot. Thank you.
Okay.
You know what that looks like to me? It looks like a picture of something that should be in a cookbook or on the cooking channel.
Okay. So
So you should
now
think
it's.
about doing a television show on this channel.
I would love to do a television show on this channel.
We've got a lot of tomatoes on the table.
Okay, and then now all you have to do is slice
Ooh,
it.
that's going to ruin it. Okay,
No.
go ahead.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
Remember, a lot of people are going to be eating this. So you slice it like a steak or something?
yes, look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
Oh, okay, so let's show them. Oh, there it is. Jim's got it. Thanks.
Yes.
Oh, so you just eat it with a knife and fork, or can I just grab it with my hand?
You can do whatever you feel like doing, but
What I feel
you-
like doing is taking off the jalapenos.
okay, you can do that.
Smell. Oh, there you go. Nice little.
There you go. Go ahead.
And there's
Give
a meal
that
for
a-
your family.
give that a
Do you
try.
think kids? Do you think kids like a lot of raw food?
It depends. They're very selective on what they eat. And if they're not accustomed to eating raw fruits and vegetables, then of course they're not going to be willing to try more raw food. But yeah, I have my grandkids on video being my taste testers, and it's very comical and hilarious, but they'll eat some and they won't eat others. So
Lots of flavor in that.
isn't that great?
And
then-
is it hard to find these mushrooms?
No, they're in any local store.
Any local store. And what else could you stuff them with besides avocado?
Your imagination,
Really?
whatever.
Chocolate?
Well, chocolate and
Well, you know, like chocolate nibs. Would that be a weird combination?
it would be.
Okay.
I wouldn't.
Well, that's my
do it per
imagination.
se.
You just said my imagination.
Well, if you're the only one eating
Somebody
it,
else's
then
imagination. Okay.
I just wanted to make mention of this Himalayan crystal sea salt.
Oh.
That salt is actually really good for you, good for your body, and it has like 86 trace minerals in it, whereas your table salt only has 2.
Ooh.
So, and that's really bad for you. But the Himalayan sea salt is good, and you can be generous with that.
You didn't put it on there, though.
No, I didn't.
You will later.
I can now if you would
Okay.
like.
Yeah, I want to see it. This thing is beautiful.
Okay.
Just a tiny, tiny, tiny.
Right.
It's so, the crystals are so large.
Yes, they are. And you can get a grinder
Okay.
and grind it down.
Wow. Well,
But there you have it.
oh, well, thank you so much. It looks like we still have 5 minutes.
Oh, great. Well, let's eat.
Well, I don't want to just eat in front. You know, Jacqueline Kennedy, Jacqueline Onassis.
Yes.
You know, she would never. She didn't want to eat in public. You know why? Because they were photographed so much, and when you eat, you know, you do like
Right.
funny movements with your face.
Like a cow chewing cud
Yeah.
or something like that, of course.
This, besides, it's so beautiful. I, you know, hate to mess with it. So let me ask you this. You said you started with salads and then graduated to recipes. I want to know if smoothies was in any part of your, you know, path.
Absolutely. When I went to an institute in Atlanta, it was all about healing your body. And so we learned how to create smoothies, like this energy soup that we created that would start the healing process in your body. And from that, I had a thyroid condition, which now, you know, I went from 175 milligrams dosage of thyroid medication down to 25.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, and my doctor said, if you need me to testify anywhere you go, I will be happy to
Really?
do that. Because, you know, it's miraculous.
So even your medical doctor gave credit to
Yes.
this. Now wait, you said you started doing salads at the beginning. I just heard you say that you went to some kind of a place. So was that farther along?
That was,
So you've
yes.
been raw a while before you went to this raw institute.
Yes, I was raw for a month and a half. And then I
Okay.
went to this institute because I wanted to learn more. So,
Okay.
and there was another one I went to as well to do the culinary aspect.
Oh.
Yes, so I'm just really excited about my path.
Wow. And so smoothies are in that path. What about like bananas, apple juice, throw a whole bunch of stuff in, green, is that okay too?
Left up to your imagination.
Okay.
I mean, I make juice bars from strawberries and blueberries and a plant-based sweetener, and it's just amazing.
Okay.
My grandkids will do that.
Because I'll make green smoothies sometimes, but I worry because I'm putting so much stuff in there, it just seems like it's almost too much. You know, like lettuce and strawberries and apples and bananas and protein powder.
Right.
You don't think that'd be too much then?
Well, I generally try to keep, if it's a green smoothie, I stick with the greens and that aspect of it. If it's a fruit smoothie, then it's, of course, fruit.
Okay, because a lot of people, you know, are into food combining too, and then, you know, I just don't want to get too confused.
Right, and there's a right way and a wrong way to food combine.
Okay.
Yes.
We'll take that on another show. But I
Okay.
want to thank you for coming on. This is absolutely gorgeous.
Thank
It was
you.
pretty before we cut it, but it's still absolutely gorgeous. And it's pure health. And you know, mushrooms. You could do a whole program on mushrooms and the medicinal qualities of mushrooms they're finding out. So, and of course, avocado, we know about that one. That's a good one. Thank Thank you, Rose.
You're welcome. It's been my pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Will you come on the show again sometime?
I'd love to.
Good. I want to make one of those blackberry pies you were talking about.
Nice.
That'd be good in the summer. So thanks so much to our wonderful crew. Thanks to Tom Dubuque. Hi, Tom. He's inside there somewhere. And thanks to John and to Jim. And hi to Jerry out there somewhere. Bye. We miss you, Jerry. Bye.
Bye.
We the people here decree we've the right to life and liberty. We're all created equally in America, and we're going to live here happily in America. Our founding fathers crossed the seas and built the new world colonies. But King George wouldn't set them free, so they fought a revolution, the American Revolution. Oh, we the people here decree we've the right to life and liberty. We're all created equally in America, and we're going to live here happily in America. The English army came in boats. It was buckskin versus bright red coats. Then the Yankees won the war.